What's up guys, it's Punchy, and today it's time to talk about Verse 3, Deepwoken's latest comeback plan led by the one and only Raguzer. So it's been a trend for a while that Deep is on the downfall, but it looks like they don't want to go down without a fight. Today, we'll be discussing all the information about the teased and sneak peeked Deepwoken Verse 3, and I'll give you all the info I know from the community about what's gonna happen. It's a roadmap and this is what's planned for the future of the game, but who knows what will actually occur. I'm a tester for Deepwoken, but don't expect any inside information. It's all gonna be public speculation and ideas from you guys. If you want me to see what you gotta say, comment down below so I can see your idea and send it to the devs. Anyway, unlike how Verse 2 was one massive update, Verse 3 is split into a bunch of smaller updates. Without further ado, let's do a brief breakdown and check out each and every part of Deepwoken Verse 3's roadmap. Starting off the Verse 3 roadmap, we are right here, all the way on the left. We're starting off the large checkpoints with the Authority origin that really popped out of nowhere as far as we're concerned. There wasn't any discussion about this, leaks, sneak peeks, or info anywhere, but I'm glad to see that it wasn't forgotten. It's supposed to feel like you're really in the faction, and it's coming out sooner than later. A teaser was sent out about a possible Saturday release for this week with a dude named Chud Steele, so it's going to be interesting to say the least. Moving along to the right, we reach our second checkpoint, being HALLOWTIDE 2025. To me, and probably the rest of the community, honestly, this shouldn't be a surprise because this is the fourth year it's coming to the game with some possible familiar additions. It's safe to assume that all of the older content from previous years is coming along with the craftable HALLOWTIDE masks and scaring NPCs for joy, and of course the special survival wave game mode that was insane for farming. In the past, new, originally designed weapons dropped each year with pretty cool criticals and awesome designs, but some players were really interested in the cameo equipment from Rogue Lineage. You could get drip from some of the older games that Deepwoken has made, and even special variants for them, and it was always exclusive and worth looking out for. Aspect race variants are probably coming out for purchase, but maybe we'll get something even bigger this year. In HALLOWTIDE 2024, we straight up received Bloodrend, a massive new attunement right out of nowhere, and it's possible something of this scale could be cooking in the background. So I really haven't heard any speculations or statements from developers about this, but the only confirmed attunement on the back burner is Lifeweave, which may drop. I think a standard HALLOWTIDE event might be coming up, but hey, maybe they'll blow us away for 2025. Talking about Layer 3, our third massive checkpoint, let's see what's possible here. So, if you do some discovery in-game, you'll see that Layer 3 is supposed to be the depths layer of heat or flames, whatever it may be. Instead of Layer 1 being submerged in water, Layer 2 being suppressed by snow, Layer 3 is supposed to be a scalding environment that's nearly impossible to live in. According to the in-game encyclopedia, the third layer is supposed to be an inhospitable waste where the drowned god Corlefend resides. It's said that it has thermal vents and geysers that melt everything, and it might remind us of SARAMEAD Peak or even the dungeon itself. So supposedly, one of the famous flame charm users, Pleekski, went down into Layer 3 and ate one of Corlefend's Sakuna fingers, or whatever that is, to grow stronger, and it was kind of a turning point for the Deepwoken world. As far as gameplay is concerned, it's too early to say if Layer 3 is going to be an open world area to explore like Illuminance, or if it's going to be an incorporated dungeon like Layer 2. At least according to the dev Agamatsu, there's going to be some tough, unique bosses unlike anything seen in the game. The bosses might be above Titus and even Enmity in difficulty and mechanics and in their terms of uniqueness. I'm really excited to see what happens with a layer of heat, and Layer 3 might be pretty hype. On to some of the smaller updates within Verse 3, let's start with the faction origins. So we already know about the Authority origin, all themed around them, but other ones are supposed to be on the way as well. Let's speculate on the remaining faction origins that might be coming out. So for the Hive, they had some content teased in the past with the farming update, new areas, the evolving Starswept Valley, and of course the teased Lifeweave, but that's all up to the developer Yayafino. This is the main man behind everything Hive, but it's his content and I don't think any other developer is working on this. It's honestly kind of crazy, but Etria doesn't have a specific origin except the freshy ones that you can spawn into. Maybe if you're a part of Etria, you can be a soldier for Etris not under the Regent, and you have to unravel the mysteries within your leadership. I think it would probably be a little more in line with training under Maestro as a Vigil bodyguard or as an Etris guard, but I think it's going to be fully separated from contractor-like content usually found in the Ministry. You're probably going to be like a good Etris person, not like like a corrupted one. Speaking of which, the Ministry is all about evil doing, and I think they might have more presence in the depths or Minatrisa than Etrian areas. So they're kinda like the shadow government, all about plotting and bringing forth another drowning, so it might be more about sabotaging the other faction content. So that could be pretty cool and would probably be a little bit more objective than PvP based. Next, Summer Company is a military group, but their content will probably be based around research and testing new weapons. It could be really cool to have temporary heavy weapons like in Warframe for example, or even Titanfall, where you get a powerful arsenal of options just for a limited time. So they're cool and all about that money, which is something you don't really hear about in Deepwoken and could be fun. Talking about other kinda low-key factions, it's possible that the 100 Legions will have some sort of gladiator fighting pit, such as Battle Royale. The Children of Neve kinda just do their own thing and protect their bases, but as far as they're concerned, they're probably not gonna be a PvP-based origin. Finally, in the depths, we actually don't have a diver origin besides Deepbound. I mean, they don't really have progression, which might pop up and let you progress from a diver initiate to a black diver, and maybe each diver could have their own boss fight. This could be really interesting, and that's kinda cool, but we don't have anything with Deepbound beyond just spawning in next to the castle. Now, with Lost Seltor, these guys are kinda cooked. I wouldn't really want to be them, but it's the only faction that you can't be a hero in because they were doomed to the depths with nothing else to do. Maybe they'll have to do some rebuilding, and maybe it's gonna be like Red Dead, you get to build your house, but who knows? Leave your own thoughts down below about each of these factions. With some familiar content, it's finally been confirmed that SARAMEAD Hollow is receiving some sort of change. It's possible there's a rework or even new areas, but the gameplay loot probably needs to change. I've talked about this before, but it's really a slog to play through and needs some actual difficulty besides the time wasting. Leaks were shown a while back about a possible new area or boss arena, which should be exciting to see. Next, with the Vow of Iron. This is a new concept, but it's supposed to be a hardcore version for those hardcore players. According to Raguzer, this update will allow players to make characters locked into a hardcore version of the game. This mode will have unique mechanics, loot, and encounters that reward experienced gameplay, and it's totally new. These servers will be restricted alongside other hardcore Vow of Iron players, and I think they can't switch back normally. This will be very interesting, and I wonder if this was the original way Deepwoken was supposed to be designed. On to Divergences. This is something I'm really a big fan of. Confirmed by the devs, Divergences will be obtainable aspects or races that work a little bit differently compared to their old game, Rogue Lineage. The plan is for them to exist on top of your existing aspect, altering it or overriding what's there. These are Divergences and maybe new races or race variants with different gameplay and lore. I'm a huge fan of race ideas like this, and I've been cooking up concepts in the past for a few different years, but maybe I'll have a chance to inspire some of this new content. I really want to see more race developments as the game progresses, and this looks pretty cool. Finishing off the roadmap with ship modules and new islands, these kinda go hand in hand. Ships have been a large focus for the Deepwoken team, kind of changing up physics and movement to improve how they feel. Personally, I think that ships could have a lot more customization and options, and I think that's what they want to do. Remember, the Hive Boatyard even says that ships can be modified with magic in some sort of way, which could be interesting. Alongside that, new islands have also been confirmed to pop up, which is really broad but exciting to think about. After seeing some of the new changes to Etria, I hope some of these new locations will be more gameplay dense and have a lot more to explore, but that's about it for the entire roadmap. For now, that's everything I got from the Verse 3 public announcement, and honestly, I think they're cooking. I do want to see how this pans out for the game, but leave your own thoughts down below. Thanks once again to all the supporters who motivate me daily and directly help out this channel. If you want to join as a member, go down below, but besides that, my personal Discord, Guild Discord, and my UGC group are all linked, so check them out. Thanks once again, and make sure to like and subscribe. It's punchin' time.